Hi, I'm Zoe Francois from zoebakes and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be measuring flour. There's a lot of confusion about the best way to measure flour. So firstly, let me just say I love a kitchen scale. I have a video on how to use it if you've never used one, and that is the ultimate way to measure out your flour, is by weights. Having said that, if you are using cup measures, there's a couple of things that you need to know. When you are following someone's recipe, you need to know how they measure flour. So if a recipe says 1 cup of flour, you need to know if the author of that recipe is using the scoop and sweep method, which is just scooping it into your bin of flour and then sweeping off the excess. That's called scoop and sweep. They can use that method, or they can be using the spoon and sweep. That means that they are spooning in the flour into the cup just like this, and then sweeping it. The difference is how much air is being added to the measuring cup as you're spooning in the flour. So if you do the scoop and sweep, let me get my bowl here. I'm gonna measure the two so that you can see the difference between scoop and sweep and spoon and sweep in terms of how much flour you end up with. So first I'm going to scoop and sweep. So I just scoop the flour into my measuring cup, and let's see how much that weighs. My scale is at 0. I scooped it up. That's 142 grams of flour. So now let's try our spoon and sweep. So I'm just gonna spoon the flour into my cup, and it looks like we're getting the same amount as before, but let's see what the scale says. Okay, so that was my spoon and sweep. This time I got 123 grams. So you can see that there is almost a 20-gram difference between spoon and sweep and scoop and sweep. And that's why I love a scale, because 120 grams of flour is going to be 120 grams. A measuring cup full of flour can be a variety of different things. So those are the two basic ways to measure flour with a measuring cup, either scoop and sweep or spoon and sweep. What I say is look in the cookbook and see if they talk about how they measure flour. In the beginning of all of my books, I always talk about how I measure flour for that book. So the next thing is sifted. If a recipe says 1 cup sifted flour, they mean that you're gonna take the measuring cup, put it in a bowl, and sift the flour into that measuring cup, okay? And so you just keep sifting it until you have a full measuring cup, and then you will do your sweep. That is 1 cup sifted flour. Now on the other hand, if they say 1 cup of flour sifted, so the sifted comes last, then you will measure out the flour either with spoon and sweep or scoop and sweep, and then sift it. So those are the basic ways to measure your flour. But like I said, use a scale, and you can head over to my how to use a scale video if you're new to it. So if you found this video helpful, please subscribe, please share, please like it, leave comments about other videos you'd like me to do, and thank you for joining me, and please come back and bake with me some more.